It's here. It's been a month and a half since OpenAI's agents hacked Hugging Face, and we finally have its side of the story. It's 37 pages, and I read it so you don't have to. It rehashes a lot of what we already know. So, since the hack, bits and pieces have been coming out, and OpenAI gave that big presentation at Black Hat on August 5th, but there are a couple new things that I learned. So, all this time, I have suspected that OpenAI did not know that the hack was happening when it was occurring, and the report confirms it. So, on page 13, we learn that after Hugging Face disclosed the incident, OpenAI reached out to Hugging Face, thinking that as a customer, maybe its systems and data had been breached. And then, in a stunning turn of events, OpenAI does its own investigation and realizes that actually OpenAI is the one that did the hack. I think my main takeaway from this is just confirming what we already know, which is AI systems are completely unpredictable, and OpenAI was not prepared to monitor that and make sure nothing catastrophic happened. So, just for a quick recap, here's what happened. On July 16th, Hugging Face disclosed that its systems had been autonomously hacked by an AI, which it says was among the first of this kind of incident. Hugging Face is an online website that stores models and data sets. A few days later, something happened that stunned us at Fortune. We got an email from OpenAI that they were going to be releasing information that they were the ones that did the hack. So basically, what happened is OpenAI was training some models internally, two models which we now know are an unreleased prototype and GPT 5.6 Soul, which is out there publicly. They were training and they got an impossible cybersecurity task from the OpenAI research team. They collaborated and colluded and figured out they had to get outside of this research environment and get access to the internet to find the answers to the test and then bring them back to pass it. So, since that happened, Hugging Face released a whole technical report on what happened on its side of the aisle. And then OpenAI gave a first look in a presentation at the Black Hat Security Conference in Las Vegas, where it described that agents had set up this messaging board. And actually, the hack wasn't started in July, but it goes back to May. Then, they say on July 19th, they got an alert from their systems that there was suspicious activity. On July 20th, they figured out that actually it was them. So, this is really important because to prevent attacks like this in the future, we have to know when they occurred so they don't affect people like you and me. OpenAI outlines a whole host of changes they've already made to have more automated monitoring, improving the security of the research, isolating the models more during testing, and a ton of other changes. Another thing that OpenAI learned is that the behavior from the models became more and more problematic the longer they had to solve the tasks. So I told you that the event went back to May. So over that time, they became more and more extreme, and OpenAI was giving them more and more tokens to solve the issues. So one thing OpenAI did not disclose in this report that I was really hoping they would was the actual prompts that they gave the AIs. So that's the whole thing that kicked this off, right? Like, what did they tell them to do? They kind of allude to it, but is not specific. And the report itself is very text heavy, as you can see, whereas Hugging Face's technical report had snippets of code and the receipts from the system on what happened. I really want to see the prompt because to me, that is the starting point of this whole thing. Like, what exactly did they tell the AIs to do? And could that prompt be modified to be more secure?